Nothing like going out and enjoying a nice day of fishing out on the water, but I'll tell you one thing for sure, I have a feeling this was not the type of fishing these Googans thought they were going to be doing when they headed out to the lake. Welcome back, crew, to this week's episode of Googans of the Week. It appears here, not only are they trying to catch fish, but they're going to have to try and fish this car back out. Now the real question here is, how in the world do you think this one happens? I mean, how did they send it this hard to get it this far out? I can't imagine it was just parked and the current carried it out. Somebody had to hit the water at a high enough rate of speed to get this thing to skip along, get across the sandbar even that you saw there, and get it offshore. How fast were they going when they hit the water? Speaking of needing speed when you hit the water, whenever this thing gets moving, my man better gun it, because there's no way in the world this thing's gonna float without being under throttle. Now, of course, there's one thing about needing to be under throttle, and another time when you've sent her a little too hard, kind of like our Googan's done here. He probably should have backed off that throttle before he got to the dock. Again, never approach anything any faster than you're willing to hit it. Unless you're trying to get off the boat ramp, then go ahead and floor it, son, and get her done. Now let us count the ways that things are wrong in this scenario. 1, the truck looks underpowered. 2, the trailer doesn't look right, and they definitely don't have the boat pulled far enough up on the trailer to make this one work, but yet somehow they get her out and just decide they're going to drag her along the concrete. Now, if you've boated long enough, we've all had at least one of these days. One of those days where you decided you were going to sit out there and enjoy your day out on the water, and all of a sudden the weather kicked up and things didn't go as anticipated. Now in this situation, I don't know if you saw back there, they're clocking winds over 100 miles an hour. Really not a good spot to be in when you're out there enjoying your day. Speaking of not good spots to be in when you're trying to enjoy a day out there on the water, this is one of those spots you really don't want to wind up in either. And kind of like our first crew, this crew winds up having to fish more out of the water than they bargained for. Now, so far in this episode, we've seen a little bit of it all. They've had to fish a car out, they've had to fish a person out, now we're gonna fish a boat out. If you can't tell, this boat's sinking. Look at the bilge pump going off at the stern, and here they're gonna try and slowly get this thing onto the trailer. Not much they can do other than try and back the trailer up slow and slowly walk the boat on, as if they push the boat too far back, the amount of water it's taking on, she's just going to continue to sink and become harder for them to get on. But should be an interesting one. Let's see how it goes. Now, fortunately for this crew, it appears they're gonna get her out. The interesting part may be when they try and pull the truck out with all that extra weight, and now these tires are wet. As you can see our guy slipping and sliding down here on the ramp. The truck may wind up doing the same, but let's see how they go as they try and get her out, as it looks like they're ready to attempt to do so. But let me know in the comments as well, is there anything you would have done different in this situation? A different way you would have approached it? So they're telling him to stop, then they're telling him to go, then they're telling him to stop. And he's taking it easy. We're not getting a whole lot of tire slip. And they're going to be able to get this one out. But here you're going to see water draining absolutely everywhere. And this thing was absolutely sinking when it came into the boat ramp. So much so, it wasn't even really staying 100% afloat as the boat was kind of leaning on its side. But thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.